Holy fuck, November 9th. Okay, so what are we going to do? My name is Jim Lommasson. I'm a visual artist, a photographer, and a writer. And I've been working on two projects about the aftermath of war since 2007. The first project is called Exit Wounds, Soldier Stories, Life After Iraq and Afghanistan. And the other project is called What We Carried, Fragments from the Cradle of Civilization. Exit Wounds is about returning soldiers, their stories, and giving voice to the people that most of us don't know, the people that we send to war. The other project is called What We Carried, and it's about the things that Iraqi and Syrian refugees carry with them on their long journeys from Iraq and Syria. And you probably understand that when you leave your homeland under the cover of darkness, sometimes you leave with a child under each arm, some practical items, and a few mementos that might mean everything to you. It might be a Quran, it might be a Bible, it might be a picture of one's mother, a locket, something that just a game that you played, a set of dominoes. And what we realize when we see these objects that refugees bring with them, we realize that these objects mean everything to them, but they also tell us what was left behind. And that's one's job, one's school, one's home, one's culture, and one's history. And so what I've done is I photograph the object and then return the photograph of the object to the participant and then ask them to write why that object was so important to them that they brought it above all other objects. And the results are amazing. And in both my projects, Exit Wounds and What We Carried, I feel like my role is really to give voice, to be the conduit for their stories. And it's very interesting how the soldier stories and the refugee stories are very similar. And they both express a sense of humanity. They also tell us who they are. A lot of us are pretty dismissive about returning soldiers. The left and the right both dismiss vets in their own way, often using the soldiers as cardboard cutouts. The same is true for refugees. You know, when we see tired, hungry people who have walked hundreds of miles and spent maybe years in refugee camps, we don't realize that most of those people that we see in tattered clothes and hungry and fighting for their freedom are dentists, doctors, teachers, engineers, and we would look just like them if we had to walk 100 miles in terrible weather and struggling along the way to find something to eat and get support. So my projects are really to bring empathy, understanding, and build bridges. I feel that artists have a special ability to communicate, and whether we do minimal, esoteric, self-referential work or political work, or all artists have the ability to tell stories. And we have a special toolkit, and we've developed our own languages, and I think we can apply these languages to try to do something about our current political climate. We should try to see if we can use these skills that we've developed to reach out. And we're in a particularly dangerous time, and artists can change the world. There's a famous quote by the photographer Cornel Kappa, and he said, with all the arguments and discussions about the Vietnam War, what did the visual image do? And he said, it ended the war. I'd like to include a little excerpt from a video that Oregon Public Broadcasting did on my project, What We Carried, Fragments from the Cradle of Civilization, and it'll give you a better idea of how the project works.
Jim visited the Portland home of artist and Artbeat alum Farouk Hassan and his wife Haifa Al-Habib.
I come to America only with my books, nothing else.
Haifa, an artist and academic, managed to bring this book of photos of archaeological artifacts all the way from Iraq. Haifa knows that the photos may be all that's left, because many of these ancient artifacts are being destroyed by ISIL and war.
I feel sad.
This feeling of pain, crying, and sadness is not a recent one. It's kind of very painful. Losing history is not easy because it was there someday. It will never be there anymore.
As she was talking and writing and painting, she was weeping. And tears were falling. Tears were falling on the artwork. I went to an Arabic, English, bilingual poetry reading last year, and one of my friends, Dr. Beher Bouti, before he read his poem, just in passing, he said something like, "I've been working for peace all of my life, and I know it's a peace that will never come." And I didn't see that as a pessimistic statement. I saw that as speaking to a truth, and that's that we know there will never, ever be world peace. But the mission for working for peace is a never-ending mission, and it's a noble mission. Artists through history have responded to the circumstances of their time. And I think we as artists need to think outside the rarefied white boxes of galleries and museums. We need to reach people beyond those spaces. And so if we do interesting, unique, and powerful work, we will get attention from print media, radio, TV, social media, and I think that should be part of our working process. Okay, let's make some noise and fight the good fight.